It's wedged in there, but you try and get your hands around both of its horns. Yep. And like if you pull it out this way, it'll probably come out. Yep. Yeah! Yeah, bro! Oh, another beautiful day in paradise. Look at this. Oh yeah. I am heading Northland East Coast Beach. Got the kayaks here. I'm just waiting for a couple of fellas to turn up. And we're going to chuck these kayaks in the water, head out around that point there, and go for a little dive. All right, all suited up. Got Rich and Kian here.
How's it? Too fun, mate.
And they're along for the ride as well. So we've got our kayaks ready to go. Let's chuck them in the water, shall we? Yeah, that's the one. We are out of here. Yeah. All right, we're nearly there. Beautiful scenic paddle up the coast. And we're going to duck in the coast here. The first spot, it's going to be a little bit of a crayfish spot. It's quite shallow, so it'll be ideal for the boys. They're both not very experienced on crayfish, so nice shallow spot with a few crays in it will be just what we want.
G'day everyone, and welcome back to another video. This was the first drop, and this is a rock that often has some crayfish under it. So yeah, sort of poke my head in and have a bit of a look around. Yeah, I can actually see one in this crack. I don't think the camera really picks it up, but it's way deep in the hole, so looks like it'll be really tricky to get out. But yeah, I carry on looking. And yeah, I don't really see anything else.
One crayfish in this one, but he's way deep. I don't think we'll be able to get him.
Yeah, I decided I'll have a bit of a crack at this cray. I'm not super confident or anything, but yeah, I sort of poke my head in, have another look at where it is, and then throw my arm in, and it's going to be one of those ones where I just have to go by feel. So I managed to actually get a hand to the crayfish, but I don't get a solid grab on it, and it slips out of my grasp. So I roll over to the other side of the rock just to see if I can see where it got to. But unfortunately, it's all been all stirred up in there with the silt, and I can't see a thing, so yeah, have to write that one off.
I got my hand to him, but didn't get him.
So we had a look in that area, but we didn't find any other crayfish at all, so we actually moved a bit, and I got the idea that I was going to set a kinnaburley for some snapper. So I just pointed the boys at an area that I'd never really looked at and took off, grabbed some kinna here. So yeah, once I had my kinner, I just broke them in half and threw them over the ledge. And I don't know, I might have put maybe 20 kinner down over here. And then I went to see how the boys were getting on. So yeah, the boys had actually found a patch of crayfish, and Richard managed to catch a couple, but Kian here had managed to grab one, but it had got away from him. So when I found a couple more crayfish sitting under this rock here, I called him over and sort of pointed them out to him. But for this drop, he's actually gone to the wrong side of the rock.
No, wrong side. It's on this side.
So yeah, when he's ready to dive again, I go down before him and sort of position myself in the crack, and he comes down and gets into it. And there's actually a couple of crays here, and he makes a grab and he grabs the small one. It slips away from him and he takes off back to the surface, but I can see that the big one is still there.
You got the wrong one, but the big one's still there.
Back down for another go. And yeah, the crayfish has actually wedged itself in there, and it's making it really hard for Kian to grab it. But he kind of gets his hand to it, wriggles it a bit, but he can't move it, so he heads off back to the surface.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta like grab them and wriggle them back and forth on that. You might have to work it a little bit.
Luckily the crayfish has just holed up and hasn't moved, so back down again, and he gives it another go, and he's sort of getting the idea here, and he starts to move it, but then rips the horn off it and heads back to the surface again. This is proving to be a very tricky little crayfish.
It's wedged in there, but you try and get your hands around both of its horns, and if you pull it out this way, it'll probably come out.
Alright, back down again, and I told him if he didn't get it this time, I was going to grab it. So yeah, he's in there again, and he's sort of a bit more determined, gets a good hold on it, and yeah, manages to drag it out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. Nice, bro. Nice. Go chuck him in the bag, bro. Yeah, bro, yeah.
Fuck you, that's a buzz. No wonder you are out doing this all the time.
It's pretty good, eh? How about this one walking out in the open here?
So yeah, find this crayfish just cruising out in the open. And so I dive down on him to have a look. And he's obviously just way too small, so don't bother trying to grab him or anything, but I wonder where he's been displaced from. So I look under here and I see a bunch more crayfish, but none of them look like they're going to be of legal size. So I've seen this crayfish in a crack, and I didn't really think I'd be able to get to it, but I decide I'll have a bit of a crack at it. I sort of slide in the crack sideways. It's pretty tight, but I'm just able to reach out and grab it. And with a bit of encouragement, managed to get it out of its hole.
Yeah, boy. I could see him in there and I was like, I don't think I could get him, and then I just thought, oh, have a fucking crack anyway.
Yes.
And yeah, a little bit after that, I find this little hole here that had a few crayfish in it, and it's sort of a bit hard to see, but I managed to get my hand to one. And after a bit of a tussle, pull it out, chuck it in my left hand, and then have another look in there just to see if any of the other ones are still within reach, but they've all sort of retreated a little bit deeper, so head back to the surface with the one I've got.
That one will be legal, I think.
Yeah, the boys had grabbed a few kinner as well. They were in their catch bag, and we had 5 crayfish in there at this stage, so it was getting pretty full. Anyway, after a bit, I came back to check the burley that I'd set, and I just sort of creeped down the ledge nice and slowly. There's just not really any action there. A few tiny fish around, but yeah, nothing that was going to get me excited.
Alright, we're back out of the water, and I'm gonna let the boys tell you how they went. How'd you go, boys?
First cray, guys. Woo! We on. Whānau, yeah, just cracked my first 2 crayfish ever. Yeah, mauri aroha. Chur.
We got some happy boys. We actually moved spot from the first spot, and I wanted to set a kinner burley and see if I could shoot a snapper, so I just sort of pointed the boys in a direction that I've actually never ever been, and I set my burley and I went over to see how they were doing, and yeah, they'd found a little patch of crays, so they've got 3 and I actually got 2 from it as well, so 5 crays on the board. Yeah. All right, we just come into this little bay to see if we could have a dive, and there's this kind of like a sort of sea snake just here. I'm just gonna back up and we'll go over to it. It looks like a snake eel.
Yo. That's a snake.
Nah, it's an eel. It's one of those snake eels.
We had a great time checking out that snake eel. They're pretty out of it looking creature, but yeah, jumped in the water after that and started having a look around for crayfish, and actually managed to find one off camera and grab it. So I already had one on the board from this area, but then I found this one under this rock here and managed to get a hand to it. Super shallow spot, this one. And yeah, this just illustrates how shallow they are in this spot. That crayfish is only just below the water level.
Alright, I think I can grab this cray with my head out of the water. Oh, it's soft. It's real soft. I can't. I thought I was going to get a cray with my head out of the water then, but it's soft shell. There's one tucked up in this crack here.
So then I find this crayfish here and There's a few rocks kind of in the way of me making a grab on it, so I decide I'll see if I can move them out of the way. So I get down in there and just start moving rocks around. Sort of just trying to create enough space so I can get in there and have a go at the crayfish. So yeah, get down in there, get my hand in there, and I actually get a hand to this crayfish, but I just haven't got a decent enough grab that I can pull it out. So yeah, I keep trying to improve my hold and it keeps trying to slip away, and in the end it slips away from me.
Bloody hell.
So I go around the other side and there's a bunch of rocks there too, but I figure maybe I can move them and see if I can get it from this side. So yeah, just pull a few of these rocks out of the way. And then get down there, reach in, and manage to grab this crayfish from the back and pull it out.
Any over there? Oh yeah, you got one. Okay.
Hello.
Too soft. Too soft, yeah. Just go and put him in that crack over there. Did you find him over there?
Yeah.
Are there any more?
I don't know.
You found any?
One, but it was a bit small.
A bit small, yeah. Rich found one, but it was soft.
Oh, yeah. What does it mean when they're soft?
Oh, so what they do is they like shed their shells, and then when they've just shed their shell, the shell underneath is really soft.
Oh, yeah.
And it just takes a while to harden up, and you're not allowed to take them while they're soft. So he just put it back.
So I managed another crayfish off camera and then found this little one here. And sort of had a bit of a go at it, but didn't really expect to get it.
Well, I got the 6th one off camera, maybe. It might be too small. But I also found a knife. And I think it's one that I lost months ago.
So yeah, I only had a go at that other one because I wasn't sure whether this one would be legal or not, but when I measured it, it just makes it. I sort of do a double check just to make sure. And that's crayfish number 6 for me, and my limit done.
That's my limit.
We made it. Woo. we are back. We've got the kayaks on the trailer. We've got the catch laid out. So we've got 9 crayfish, which is pretty damn good effort for the 3 of us. And we've got a pile of kinner here as well. I've just had a few kinner and yeah, they went down pretty damn well. So yeah, what do you guys reckon?
It was good mish, everything was nice, it was fine, and it was pretty good conditions for me and Kian to crack our first crayfish, so that was epic. Hey, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon it was a Mickey day out with the bro Kiri. First craze on, just a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
To be out there.
So
Cheers for taking us.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Ngā mihi the far north.
Yeah.
Ngā mihi Tangaroa hene moana.
Yeah.
All my bros, everyone go subscribe to Kiri. Hear that? Everyone go subscribe to Kiri.
Follow Kiri Flowers.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna get out of here.
See ya.
Ciao.
Catch you later.